The wreckage of the famous Titanic ship lies buried more than 12,000 feet deep in the Atlantic Ocean for over a century now. Its tragic fate shook the world. But why has the Titanic wreckage never been extracted from the ocean floor? This is what baffles many. The Titanic ship sank into the depths of the Atlantic Ocean on April 15, 1912. It was the largest ship afloat at the time, measuring nearly 900 feet long, 25 stories high, and weighed over 46,000 tons. History has it that the ship was unsinkable. However, its builders argue its nicknames, Unsinkable Ship and Wonder Ship, were based on myths which only grew after it sank. The Titanic had been on its maiden trip from Southampton, England on April 10, 1912. It was headed to the New York City. The long, luxurious trip was cut short when the British passenger liner hit a massive iceberg and sank in less than 3 hours, according to historical information. Thousands of lives were turned upside down as the ship broke apart to the bottom of the sea. There were over 2,200 people aboard the ship, including passengers and crew. More than 1,500 people died on that fateful night. The ship had minimal lifeboats. Only about 706 people survived. The Titanic's wreckage remained undisturbed on the ocean floor for more than 70 years, but it was later discovered about 600 kilometers southeast of the Newfoundland coast in Canada on September 1, 1985, by an American Navy officer, Bob Ballard, and his crew.
You're going to have this telepresence. I mean, that's what the whole thing is all about.
Ballard and team had been on an American-French secret Navy mission searching for 2 other missing vessels when they randomly spotted Titanic's remains. Despite its discovery, the Titanic's ship debris has never been lifted off the waters. Studies show that there are at least 5 possible explanations why the once magnificent ship has never been displayed for all to see. The USA law. The US law is believed to have played a part in the decision surrounding the wreckage extraction. The US Congress enacted the Titanic Memorial Act of 1986 shortly after Titanic's location was discovered in September 1985. The 1986 Act prohibits the removal of the wreckage from its location. International Treaty. The US, UK, and other countries signed an international treaty intended to protect Titanic from commercial salvage, meaning no person, nation, or organization can remove it from the ocean floor to display it for commercial gain. The UN's Convention. In April 2012, UNESCO passed a resolution to protect the Titanic. The resolution highlighted that the wreckage of the British passenger liner will now be protected by a UNESCO Convention that seeks to safeguard wrecks, sites, decorated caves, and other cultural relics underwater, and that the state parties to the UNESCO Convention can outlaw the destruction, pillage, sale, and dispersion of objects found at the Titanic site. More than 190 countries are UNESCO signatories. Wreckage deterioration. There are fears the wreckage will disintegrate into pieces during removal, making it impossible to have something concrete out of it. Documented reports show that metal-eating bacteria have already consumed most of Titanic's wreckage. Expensive task. Estimates indicate it will cost not less than $35.5 million to lift the Titanic's wreckage off the ocean floor. In 1914, American engineer Charles Smith estimated the cost could be $1.5 million. That's roughly $45 million today. According to some experts, the cheapest dive to Titanic is about $100,000 per person. Any significant harvesting of the vessel will cost millions upon millions of dollars. While there have been successful expeditions to the wreckage site over the years, people have died while attempting to get to it, with the most recent deadly mission being that of OceanGate's founder Stockton Rush and 4 others in June 2023.